What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the breakdown and review for episodes 4 and 5 of House of the Dragon, titled The King of the Narrow Sea and We Light the Way, respectively. This is a catch-up video for the episodes we missed while I was out of town, so the breakdowns for these episodes will be a tad shorter than usual as we get back on schedule. Speaking of staying on schedule, please subscribe to the video to get updated on new episode reviews, like the video, and comment on what you thought about the episodes. With that out of the way, let's get to the breakdown for episodes 4 and 5. Spoilers ahead. We begin episode 4 by joining Rhaenyra as she tries her hand at speed dating. This horny 9-year-old steps up to the plate and gets bullied.
The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt.
Then the 9-year-old guts the bully. Daemon returns victorious to his brother King Viserys like, "Sup, fuckers," and sporting a new Trump-esque look. Daemon keeps the tension high, but ultimately is happy to bow and offer his new crown to the king. Daemon and Viserys mend their relationship, while Alicent and Rhaenyra cannot because female grudges are forever. Rhaenyra finds a treasure map, but the pot of gold at the end is just her uncle Daemon. Rhaenyra gets misgendered in an alley.
He called me boy.
The king sends Queen Alicent a 3 a.m. "You up?" messenger. Daemon and Rhaenyra almost go full hardcore Targaryen in a pleasure house. Rhaenyra returns all horned up and sexually assaults a knight of the Kingsguard. After 47 minutes of removing his armor, Rhaenyra takes Sir Criston Cole to Plowtown. Otto meets with Viserys just minutes after the king finished banging his daughter to snitch on Daemon and Rhaenyra's fornicating. When confronted by his brother, Daemon doesn't deny it and asks to marry Rhaenyra. Daemon then takes a nap on the soft granite floor and is ordered to return home to the Vale. The king arranges for Rhaenyra to be married off to Laenor Velaryon, and she agrees. The king and his hand Otto Hightower have an emotional breakup. Grand Maester Mellos brings Rhaenyra some Plan B tea and the episode comes to an end. Moving directly to episode 5, everyone's favorite asshole Daemon has done as he's told and returned to the Vale, just in time to murder his wife Rhea Royce after an ill-timed small penis joke. We find out that Lyonel Strong has been made Hand of the King. "Take my strong hand." After packing up his shit, Otto departs with wise words to his daughter Alicent that if Rhaenyra is to indeed rule the Seven Kingdoms, Alicent's son Aegon would be a threat to her reign and would have to be killed. In a garden, we find out this cripple must be an ancestor of Littlefinger because he's acting like a real sneaky bitch. Since neither really wants to marry the other, Rhaenyra and Laenor, or Rhae and Lay, agree to marry one another, but be giant whores on the side. We then discover that a mother's intuition is always correct as Rhaenys pegs her son as a homosexual. Man, pegs was a poor choice of words. To confirm the suspicion, we immediately see Laenor wrestling his training partner. Rhaenyra then friend zones, then booty call zones Sir Criston Cole after he professes his love for her. Cole breaks rule number 1 and kisses and tells. Feeling mountains of shame, he just immediately asks to be put to death rather than being punished. I would love to see the look on his face seconds before his head comes off when he remembers that serving at the wall is an option too, bud. King Viserys is turning into a White Walker. Trump-win Lannister makes it to the wedding. He brings no gifts, only his typical Trumpian misogyny. Daemon shows up too, and the queen makes a late entrance because she needs attention. Rhea Royce's cousin makes a scene and accuses Daemon of her murder. Daemon doesn't give a shit and even has the balls to demand money from the guy. The tempo of the evening quickens as we Game of Thrones fans remember the show's history of eventful weddings. Daemon then hits on Rhaenyra at her own wedding. After learning that Laenor's gay lover knew of his secret romance with Rhaenyra, Cole mistakes the guy for a piñata and turns his face into absolute mush on the dance floor. And 12 minutes later, Laenor and Rhaenyra tie the knot in a joyous, wonderful moment that brings everyone to tears. Rather than face the inevitable Twitter mob after just committing a hate crime, Cole tries to commit Sudoku but is stopped by Queen Alicent. Overcome with happiness, the king collapses at the wedding and the credits are rolled. We've reached the part of the video where we have to decide if these episodes were a great watch or a hate watch. Well, even though we've just plowed through another 2 filler episodes, designed simply to inform us on characters' motivations and positions before the next big time jump, I still say that this show and these episodes are a great watch. The show still looks incredible, the intrigue is still running high, and knowing that all of these events will culminate in the civil war shown later this season and in future seasons makes all of these slow character development episodes feel worth it. And luckily, we know that the next episode will jump ahead 10 years, so that action might not be too far off. I mean, we are at the halfway point of the season, and we've only had one battle, but if you compare it to the first season of Game of Thrones, we aren't too far behind the amount of action there. Also, say goodbye to the handful of actors being replaced with their older actors for the second half of the season. My prediction is the first season will end just after the first opening salvo in the Dance of the Dragons civil war between the Targaryens. If that's the case, I wouldn't expect too much more action this season, but it would guarantee that the future seasons would be jam-packed with it. A big thank you to everyone who made it to this point in the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to stay up to date on new episodes of House of the Dragon, as well as other shows going on right now. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment as it helps the channel grow. Thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one.